Hello student, I Dr. R. D. Patil, Head Department of Zoology, Swatantrav Naik, Arts, Science and Commerce College, Shada. Dear friends, we already discussed today's Zoology SYBSC paper 2nd course Zoo 302 Biochemistry. In this course, we started your teaching learning process which is unit number first, that is carbohydrate metabolism. In carbohydrate metabolism, different kinds of the biogeochemical cycles which are studied. Out of this process, we discuss about the glycolysis, glycogenolysis. Today we discuss the topic glycogenolysis. In this process, student, we know about what is mean glycogenolysis. First, the process or definition of the glycogenesis means the degeneration of stored glycogen in liver and muscle constitute glycogenolysis. The pathway for the synthesis and degradation of glycogens are not reversible, and independent set of enzymes present in the cytosol carry out glycogenolysis. Glycogen is degraded by breaking alpha-1,4 and alpha-1,6 glycosidic bonds. So this process of the glycogenolysis are completed in simple way. What is mean the glycogenolysis? Degradation of stored glycogen producing free glucose and glucose 1-phosphate. This type of the process is mainly occurrence cytosol triggered by low blood glucose levels. So the glycogenesis process are completed at this time. The following enzymes are involved. This enzyme first is the glycogen phosphorylase, second is the glycogen debranching enzymes, and third is phosphoglucomutase. These three enzymes are important role in the process of the glycogenolysis. The glycogenesis process are completed in the 3 steps. Out of these 3 steps, the first step is the action of glycogen phosphorylase. In the specific processes, the first steps are completed. At this time, the important role in this process is phosphorylases. Enzyme involved glycogen phosphorylase. Action is a cleavage of alpha-1,4 linkage, non-reducing ends, and product to end of this process is glucose 1-phosphates. So this first step of the glycogenesis is the action of glycogen phosphorylase. In this process, the alpha-1,4 glycosidic bond, it is called the non-reducing ends, are cleaved sequentially by the enzyme glycogen phosphorylase to yield glucose 1-phosphate. This process is called phosphorylasis. Continues until 4 glucose residues remain on either side of branching point alpha-1,6 glycosidic link. The glycogen so formed is known as limit dextrin, which cannot be further degraded by phosphorylase. Glycogen phosphorylase processes a molecule of pyridoxal phosphate covalently bound to the enzyme. In this way, the first step of the glycogenesis are completed. In the second step of the glycogenesis is the action of debranching enzyme. In this step, it is also as a removal of branches. General name of the enzyme, debranching enzymes are important role in of the second step of this glycogenesis. It is also called as the action of debranching enzyme. In this process or second step of the glycogenesis, the branches of glycogens are cleaved by 2 enzyme activities present on a single phosphopeptide called debranching enzymes. Hence, it is a functional enzymes. Glycosyl 4s4 transferase. It is also called the oligo alpha 1 4 is converted into 1,4 glucan transferase. Activity removes a fragment of 3 or 4 glucose residue attached at branch and transfer them to another chain. Here one alpha 1,4 bond is cleaved and the same alpha 1,4 bond is made, but the places are different. Amylo alpha 1,6 glucosidase breaks the alpha 1,6 bond at the branch with a single glucose residue and release a free glucose. The remaining molecule of glycogen is again available for the action of phosphorylase and debranching enzyme to repeat the reaction stated in this process of the second step. So in this way, this branching or primers to enjoy and form the process is completed. The third steps of glycogenolysis is the formation of free glucose and glucose 6 phosphates. In these steps, that is though the combined action of glycogen phosphorylase and debranching enzyme glucose 1 phosphates and free glucose in a ratio of 8:1 are produced. Glucose 1 phosphates is converted to glucose 6 phosphate by the enzyme phosphoglucomutase. The fate of glucose 6 phosphate depend on the tissue. The liver and intestine contain the enzyme glucose 6 phosphate that cleaves glucose 6 phosphate to glucose. The enzyme is absent in muscle and brain, hence free glucose cannot be produced from glucose 6 phosphate in these tissues. Therefore, liver is the major glycogen storage organ to provide glucose to the circulation to be utilized by various tissues. In the peripheral tissues, glucose 6 phosphate produced by glucogenolysis will be used for the glycolysis. It may be noted that through glucose 6 phosphate is absent in muscle, some amount of free glucose means 8 to 10% of glycogen is produced in glycogenolysis due to the action of debranching enzyme, that is alpha 1,6 glucosidase activity. These enzymes are completed this process, and lastly the end product is to get in specific process is a glucose. So these steps of the glycosidic processes are completed. We already discussed in this slide. We also same of the first step action of glycogen phosphorylase. So we already discussed this process in the before these topics. Is also as the action of glycogen phosphorylase. So completed to form by the first steps. In second step, action of debranching enzymes. The branches of glycogens are cleaved by two ecoenzymes. This activity also form. We already explained in above description. So also is the same description in your slide shows. To as a third step, there is a formation of glucose to glucose 6 phosphate and glucose. These specific processes are creating. We already discussed in your uppermost description. So this is a schematic representation of we already discussed about the in your theoretical description. First to in this process we have completed these steps of the photographically. This is a polymer chain alpha 1,6 bonds to of the glycogen. These glycogens are converted into last is the degraded phosphorylase, or it is also called as a limit dextrins. Alpha 1,6 glycosidic link the glycogen so formed is known as limit dextrin, which is cannot be further degraded by phosphorylase. It is called a limit dextrin. So this is a glycogens are converted into limit dextrins at this time. First inorganic phosphates catalytic energy are utilized. Glycogen phosphorylase to glucose 1 phosphates in the stage, that is glucose 1 phosphates. The limit dextrin form in next second stage of this limit dextrins uh, are debranching enzyme transferase activity to converts into the debranching enzymes in your pre-glucose alpha 1,6 glycosylatic activity in pre-glucose. Further action of the phosphorylase are converted into the glucose 1 phosphate. At this time, the glucose 1 phosphates are converted into the glucose 6 phosphatase. We have specific enzymes are catalytic form phosphoglucomutase. Our role is most important. This glucose 6 phosphates in the livers. We also lastly the end product of the glycogenolysis is converted into the glucose. So these three steps of this process are completed uh, of the specific glucogenesis process. This schematic representation is the most important role. This is a diagrammatic or schematic presentation to in these two slides are denoted by the whole three steps of the glycogenesis processes. Next is the after completion of the glycogenesis processes is the next topic of this unit is the which process already also has a regulation of the glycogenesis and glycogenolysis. The complete process of the glycogenolysis are regulated which type of the enzymes or which type of the processes are creating in these processes, that is glycogenesis and glycogenolysis are controlled by the enzyme glycogen synthase and glycogen phosphorylase. This is the two important enzymes, glycogen synthase and glycogen phosphorylase. These two enzymes are important role in three mechanisms are regulated by the specific processes. These three mechanismic regulation or role are, that is first is the allosteric regulation, second is the hormonal regulation, and third is the influence of calcium. In these three processes, out of is the controlling by the glycogenesis is the first process. In first process is the allosteric mechanism, allosteric regulation of the glycogen metabolism. Certain metabolic that allosterically regulate the activities of glycogen synthesis and glycogen phosphorylase. The glycogen synthesis is increased when substrate availability and energy levels are high. So this in specific processes is allosteric mechanisms are creating, and the glycogen breakdown is enhanced when the glucose concentration energy levels are low. In a well-filled state, the availability of glucose 6 phosphate is high, which allosterically activates glycogen synthesis for more glycogen synthesis. Glucose 6 phosphate and ATP allosterically inhibit glycogen phosphorylase. Free glucose in liver also acts as an allosteric inhibitor or glycogen phosphorylase. In this process, the regulation of the glycogen process are completed. The second is the hormonal regulation. In it means, dear friends, in this regulation of glycogenolysis or hormonal regulation, hormones are important role. The hormones through a complex series of reactions bring about covalent modification, namely phosphorylation and dephosphorylation of enzyme protein, which ultimately control glycogen synthesis or its degradation. The hormone likes epinephrine and non-epinephrine and glucagon in liver active adenate silase to increase the production of cyclic AMP CMP. The enzyme phosphodiesterase breaks down cyclic AMP. The hormone insulin increases the phosphodiesterase activity in liver and lowers the cyclic AMP levels. Regulation of glycogenesis by cyclic AMP means in this process regulated by the glycogen synthesis. It exists in two forms: glycogen synthetase A, not phosphorylated and most active; glycogen synthesis B, phosphorylated inactive form. This is a two form. A form is the active form and B form is the inactive form. Glycogen synthesis A can be converted into B from form by the phosphorylation. Phosphorylation is catalyzed by A cyclic AMP dependent protein kinase. Protein kinase phosphorylated and inactivates glycogen synthesis by converting A form to B form. The glycogen synthesis B cannot be converted back to synthesis A by protein phosphorylase first. This specific activity. The inhibition of glycogen synthesis brought by epinephrine, also non-epinephrine and glucagon through cyclic AMP by converting active glycogen synthesis A to inactive synthesis form. These two forms are formed by this specific regulation. Regulation of glycogenesis by cyclic AMP as a specific hormone, that is epinephrine and glucagon, bring about glycogenolysis by their action and glycogen phosphorylase through cyclic AMP. Glycogen phosphorylase exists in two forms: an active A form, phosphorylated, and inactive form B, it is a dephosphorylated. These two forms are also important to role as a glycogenesis regulation. So this is schematic representation by this process are completely in this diagram to see in this process of regulation of glycogen synthesis by cyclic AMP. The cyclic AMP activates cyclic AMP dependent protein kinase. Protein kinase phosphorylates in active form glycogen phosphorylase kinase to active form. The enzyme protein phosphatase removes phosphatate and inactivates phosphorylase kinase. This is a specific two different kinds of the enzymes are important role to the cyclic AMP formation of the controlling the regulation of the glycogenolysis. Also, as this active or inactive forms are converted into the protein phosphorylase process, and this dephosphorylate and convert active glycogen phosphorylase A to inactive B forms. This last effects to controlling by glycogenesis process is the effect of calcium ions on glycogenesis. Effect of calcium plus 2 ions on glycogenesis: when the muscle contracts, calcium plus 2 ions are released from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Calcium plus 2 ion binds to clamidin, calcium modulating protein, and directly activate phosphorylase kinase without the involvement of cyclic AMP dependent protein kinase. And elevated glucagon or epinephrine level increases glycogen degradation, whereas an elevated insulin results in increased glycogen synthesis. So in this way, the three steps of the process are controlling to regulation by the glycogenesis processes. Last in topics to included as specific way, that is which type of the glycogen storage disease are active roles in the specific way to controlling the versatile activity to this process. Means the specific effects are creating to glycogen storage disorder are roles increasing or decreasing order of the glycogens are different role are creating in this way. At this time, the specific disorders we 1 to 6 or infection or degradation effects of a disorder, these are creating in specific way a single specific one sentence to denoting the names of the disorder of the glycogen disease names. So these words or lines: versatile player Corey Anderson made history. So in these lines as 6 meanings, that is versatile player Corey Anderson made history. In these words or these lines are first words versatile, the which Van Gerkes the specific disease or disorder by the glycogen. Second of the players, that is Pompins of the player words, the P stand for Pompis disease, also effects of the glycogen disorder. In Corey, the C for Cory's is a specific disease of the glycogen disorder. In Anderson words, A for Anderson is a specific disease to creating the disorders of the glycogen storage. In made meanings M for McIndle's as a specific disease to creating the glycogen storage disorder. And last, history, this H stand for Helsidin is a specific effects of the disease to creating the view of side effects of the glycogen storage disorder. So in this way, dear friends, the glycogen storage disorder is briefly in your these meanings also get by the six disorders are present or explains in briefly by this topic in about this description to complete the process of glycogenesis. In next lectures we discuss about the uh, Cori cycles we discuss in next lectures. So we have briefly or shortly described of the glycogenesis process. We have any difficulty, dear friends, to also explain in the next lectures. So in this way, the glycogenesis process are completed. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.